Hi yogis, I'm Hanna and this is Real Yoga, and today's practice is yoga for sculpted arms. So whether you want to tone your arm muscles or you want to develop more strength in this part of the body, which is really great and can only help your yoga practice more. We're going to work a little hard today, but of course just meet your body where it's at. There's no need to do anything crazy strenuous. We'll have a little bit of fun. So when you're ready, grab your stretchy pants and I'll meet you on the mat. So we're going to start today's practice in downward facing dog. So bring your hands shoulder width apart, spread your fingers really wide, tuck the toes underneath you. Start to lift the knees as you curl your butt up to the sky. Start to find length through the spine. And if it's your first downward dog of the day, of course, give it a little pedal. Give your hips a little twisty turny. You can shake out the head, a little yes, a little no. Just finding a little bit of movement here before we get started. Nice. Now when you're ready, come to stillness. Make sure that the fingers are spread wide and you're trying to press into the base of your thumb and your first finger as much as possible. And then all 5 knuckles sort of press down towards the earth here. Keep the knees bent for this first one. Keep rolling the spine, the butt up to the sky, releasing through the head and neck. So already downward dog is quite strong on the arms, especially if you hold more weight in the upper body. So for men, generally downward dog is a little harder to hold for 5 or 10 breaths or whatever us yoga teachers make you do these days. But it is a very nice place to start for an arm balance workshop. So find a really nice downward dog here. And then when you're ready, start to draw the belly in towards the spine as you roll the spine forward. Really curve through the back here, belly draws in. And when you feel like your shoulders are over your wrists, send your heels back and we'll come into a plank pose. So we're gonna play with what plank doesn't want to feel like. So really push away from the mat, draw the belly in and feel like your spine is way curved up to the sky. This is too much. At the same time, let your shoulders collapse and your hips fall down. This is not enough and it's really not doing anything other than putting a lot of stress on your wrists. So find this point in between where the shoulder blades move away, but not so much that the whole back is rounded, and that the hips are in line with the heels. So everything is in one straight line. I know already it's like, so we'll take one more breath in here, and then exhale, bring the knees down to the mat. Great. So this next little ditty is something that when I first started practicing yoga, it was really hard for me to do, but it was the quickest way that I started to feel progress and strength through my arms. And it's the knees, chest, chin progression that we do sometimes in vinyasa. So keep the hands shoulder distance apart. And then from here, bring your knees already down, your chest and your chin down to the mat with your butt sticking up to the sky. Keep your elbows really squeezing in towards the body. And then from here, start to slide through. Keep squeezing the elbows in. And this is where we come up to a little cobra. We won't put so much effort into this one today. So just light back off, not so much crazy in the lower back. And then from here, we'll press into the hands, start to roll the spine up, belly draws in as you come all the way back into a child's pose. So that's the motion. Let's play with that a couple of times. So lift the hips, inhale, and then exhale, chest and chin, squeeze those elbows in. Let your chest hover off of the mat as you come forward and through. Keep squeezing the arms into center. Nice. So we end up in cobra, and then press into the hands, belly draws in. We'll come back to child's pose. Let's try this one more time, and without actually bringing your chest all the way to the mat. So let it hover just like a millimeter off the mat. So breathe in, come forward, and then exhale, knees, chest hovers, and chin slides to the mat. And then keep squeezing the elbows through as you slide forward and through and come into this cobra pose. Nice. Make sure there's hardly any weight in the hands in your cobra. Elbows keep drawing back. Big breath in. And then exhale. Let's end in an actual child's pose. Let your palms of the hands be open so you can really release through the wrists here. Maybe even take circles with the wrists if that feels good for you. Let yourself have a little break here. Nice, and then we'll walk the hands back up towards the body just so you can have a little rest off the wrists. And you would have felt in that motion how much strength it takes to really squeeze the elbows in and keep them connected to the body. And that practice alone is already enough to start building these muscles and getting an idea of what's working when we come into this vinyasa sort of sequence. So if that was enough and you already feel like, whew, that was really hard to do, then you can keep doing that. If that was quite easy for you, you can come to the next challenge. So again, we'll come back to all fours. Spread your fingers wide again, wrists directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then tuck the right toes, send the right leg out long. That thigh muscle's really engaged. And then tuck the left toes, left leg goes out long. And we find ourselves in that plank pose again. So again, find your sweet spot so that the hips aren't too high or too low, but somewhere in the middle. And you feel like you're this big long line. And then as you inhale, start to shift forward onto the tippy toes so that your shoulders go directly over your fingertips now. And then exhale to squeeze the elbows in towards the body as they come halfway down and we find chaturanga. Gaze straight down at the mat. One breath in here. And then exhale, can you lower the body all the way down? Ooh, that was hard. Right, nice. Take the tops of the feet down, shoulders back, elbows back. You can lift, find a cobra. And then exhale to release. From here, we're going to press into our strength. So tuck both toes underneath you. Engage the quads so the knees lift off of the mat. Press into your fingers. Squeeze the elbows together. Find your power. And inhale to press up into a plank pose. Nice. Really good work here, guys. On your next breath in, again, we shift forward. And then exhale to lower halfway down. Nice, elbows draw in towards the body, super strong belly, and then press into your hands, lift all the way back up, and then send the hips up high, downward facing dog. Whew, hard work, everybody. How are those arms feeling? Nice, take a little wiggle with the butt and the knees. You can shake out the head. Whew. Beautiful. And then from here, let's draw the belly in again as we roll forward. When the shoulders are over the wrists, send those heels back. We'll come into our plank. And then take the left hand towards the center of the mat. Start to roll to the outside of the left foot and the inside of the right foot. And inhale, reach that right arm to the sky, side plank. You can stay here for less. You can bring that right foot in front of you for more of a base. Or if you want a little more, you can stack that right foot on top of the left. Nice, keep lifting the waist, smile, big breath in, and then exhale, lowering down slowly, coming back to plank, shifting the right hand in slightly, rolling on to the outside edge of the right foot, reaching the left arm high, lift through the hips. Take your variation if you need it, either a kickstand foot or feet are stacked, or if you want a little more, you can even lift that top foot up like a starfish. Woo, keep lifting the waist, nice, big breath in. And exhale to slowly come all the way back down. Take the knees down to the mat, sweep the arms back, and come into child's pose. Let your breath catch up, me included. Let your shoulders relax. Feel the blood moving through your fingertips. very gently start to press into the hands and roll your spine up into a comfortable seat. However that looks for you today. Take a moment here. If you need any love for the wrists, please take it. Otherwise, we'll take the hands together at the heart and inhale, sit up tall, and exhale, close down the eyes, chin to the chest. A moment of gratitude for even coming to the mat today, and it doesn't matter how well you did or how much you sucked or whatever. Practice and all is coming. Gently lift the chin and open the eyes. Thanks so much for practicing with me today, guys. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.